The only reward you get when you're dry firing is to know that you're doing it right.
Yeah.
There's no, hey, the timer said that was, that El Pres was 4 seconds, and look, I got all apples. Yeah. Heck yeah, the only reward you've got, okay, is seeing. And seeing is so important. It's everything, but we don't spend enough time doing it. It's so much more fun to go out and make Gunsmoke happen.
Yeah.
So this core drill here, finding something small to drive the gun to, nice and slow, good mechanics driving it out there and picking up those sights, letting that marinate, and then start working your mechanics. So with the pistol, like I say, rather than shoot here, we just did it. We can shoot pretty well from right here. Okay, but if I got the opportunity to get a little bit more stability and lower my signature or what's exposed, all right, I can do that. I can shoot from here too. Everybody got ears?
Yeah.
All right, can manage the recoil of the gun, all right, and shoot fairly aggressively there, okay? Work here, you can kind of work from that squat. All right, rolling down here, just talking about this thing here, like now I really can't see the target area, but sink that leg out, all right, drop down a little bit lower and camp the gun, I can see the target. All right, now rolling into the prone. Now to set up for, I'll tell you, let's just shoot a few and then do a reduced capacity reload, okay? Work some of that grouping. All right, got through an engagement, happy with what I had, swap it out, do a reduced capacity reload. All right, keep working some of those. All right, same thing with, got the gun back in my shooter's box here so I can maintain focus on what I was working on, but when I need to, I can shift focus from there to the gun. Now the target's still on my peripheral, but I focus on the gun just enough to swap those mags out, okay? All right, now I'll take an empty mag, work the same mechanics of the reduced capacity reload, and set myself up for a slide lock reload. Now, provided I don't override the slide stop, should get a slide lock, okay? All right. Now I'll work that drill. Okay, well, I'll take this empty magazine, work on some situational awareness, reach down, pick it up, stand back up, gun comes back in the shooter's box, shift focus from the target to the mag well, swap it out, getting some rehearsal on the mechanics of the reduced capacity reload, and holster back up. So definitely want to leave it on a side or on the top, maybe if it doesn't obstruct our line of sight. But too far back is going to give you some shadowing, all right, off of the barrel there. And you want to avoid, especially if you guys are running brakes and comps, which a lot of us are, getting it too close. All right, this is okay right here. If this light were sitting up here, all right, kind of where the gas is going to exit out of that brake, or comp, I'm not sure which one we call this one, but what you'll end up with is you'll end up browning your lens out pretty. You need to set that up to where as you're presenting the rifle, okay, if you pick something up over there that you think you may need to deal with and engage, all right, as you're driving it to it, you need to be able to easily get a hold of that switch and turn the light on, okay, so you can PID that as a threat or not, okay. The left and right part is coming from being able, from the tactical side of the house, being able to absorb impact from people working around you, all right? Front and back, I need to manage the recoil of the rifle. Not that the rifle is going to knock you down, but if you don't manage the recoil of the rifle well, you lose sight recovery. Just roll your deltoid forward, and it doesn't cost a lot of effort either. It's easy effort, okay? Easy work there. You roll the deltoid forward, and you load the rifle, or the shoulder into the rifle. Release it in. Just picked up about 30 yards more room that I could cover there, all right, by leaving that elbow slightly unlocked. Plus, another thing we get out of it, all right, all I'm going to do for tension, all right, for grip strength on the rifle up here is squeeze, all right. I'm not overly thinking about it or putting a lot of effort into pulling the rifle back into me. Just squeeze and let that elbow hang, all right. The camming of that weight hanging down pulls the rifle back in your shoulder that is loaded into the rifle. close target transitions. If you try to stay with the sight through transition, like boom, boom, there was the sight lifting, even if you're not looking after that second shot goes off, if you start immediately driving and looking through the sight, what will generally happen is overrun the target. Because we're trying to run the gun fast, but it's like time you see the target, you've already run the gun past it. Okay, boom, boom, don't need to see that anymore. There's the next target, I'm looking at it, the gun will stop at where you're looking at. Okay, if you stay through the sight, it's like, oh man, there it was. You don't have to come back to it. It'll cost you time. Time in between we can make up, all right, by seeing a little faster instead of bang, bang. And that reason we're getting that long transition time there, because we're staying with the sight through the second shot. That double tap, bang, bang. All right, now move to the next thing. Bang, bang, it's lifting, don't need to look at it anymore, move to the next one. All right. Another thing we can add in there to the C-clamp, okay, wrap around your sling, all right, just a little quick one loop right there. Then you can kind of load straight up into the wall with your hand, all right, and load into that sling. All right, that gets pretty stable too. It takes a little more time, but it's another technique. All right, still want to support underneath there with the rifle there. All right, even if we say we lock the rifle in right there, as you shoot, okay, this platform is going to give a little bit, gun's going to move a little bit, and it'll slide down. So we'll still establish, even if we do the sling wrap, all right, we'll still establish underneath a little C-clamp, pull back in there too. Cool? And you can even modify that up and still get some C-clamp, but what you can end up with is a really strong load. All right, see how I'm pushing in there and my hand's not even touching the rifle? See how tight I can load into the rifle there? All right, that's tighter than I can hold with my fingers and C-clamp in it.
All right, shoot ready, stand by. 0.89, stand by. 145.
That first one left.
Stand by. 0.93, stand by. 101.
The point I try to make with that with Army dudes is like, you know, instead of, oh my gosh, you know, sounded awesome, but you didn't hit. How long did that take?
Yeah,
you know, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and we didn't get anything out of it. Or in, you know, a second, tune that